Okay, I think I can show a little bit. We are going to talk about my past and sport. My past and sport. So and yes, the board shine on the head. Uh, I need more. But I don't need, but I want to. Yeah, this is better. The old man and the in his youth. Well, youth is good. This is about 10 years old. About 10 years. Poultry, do you see? Do you see what I'm doing? I still should have had photos of me when after I finished running a half marathon. Okay, let's have a little bit of music in the background. And let's talk a little bit. So those photos are about 10 years old, and like you can see, they're they're gym selfies. Like you can see, old man, 10 years younger, gym selfies. Um, yeah, let's start where. Let's start at the beginning. You know, the beginning. I wanted to be buff when I was a teenager. So I got me a job and saved up money for a bench, you know, a home training station, which I got and I used. I didn't use it a lot in the beginning, and then later, wow, um, yeah, when I was about 15, 16, I used it. I trained about oh, twice a week, full body workout on the days where I wasn't as long in school. But I also trained, you know, up to 4 hour, no, 2 hours, 90 minutes to 2 hours, sometimes 2.5, which was crazy. If you think about it, so much weight training. And when I was a little older, I started to go crazy, doing the same exercises, full body workout, 5 days a week, and then jogging on 2 or 3 days per week on top of that, up to an hour with jogging each time. And that's how I ruined my shoulders. Like completely ruined them. This glass here, like literally this glass. This glass is that old. I was holding it back then when I was about 17, 18, 19. When I was holding it, and it was empty. I had massive pain in the shoulders. Why? Inflammation. Inflammation. And I had this inflammation on and off since forever then. They basically only got better when I wasn't training. That's why I stopped training at all, like almost at all. I stopped training last year, basically, almost completely. No, that was because of my neck injury. Yeah, so when I stopped doing what is a little. If your life is always the same, then time doesn't matter anymore. Yeah, but back then, that's how I ruined my shoulders. I was in awesome shape though. Like literally. I was running around like that, and with running I mean walking, because my arms and my latissimus were so big that I just couldn't walk differently. I had to, and it wasn't like this fake being white stance that some stupid people take. I actually have a neighbor down the road that does that. He's tall, he's super thin, he walks around like that, but there's nothing. But that guy is also a sociopath. Uh, when I was 20, I stopped training for a month, actually, like completely. And then I restarted. Same weight, same intensity. And I got tears. I got stretch marks all over here. The shoulders and biceps everywhere. Because the skin started to, shrink. Because I wasn't this buff anymore. Because I didn't train. So there's less blood in the muscles. Even with the muscle mass still being there. But then, if you all of a sudden, whoom, then the blood flows in and the skin stretches around the muscle and stretch marks. Just like fat people that gain a lot of weight very quickly. And after then somewhere, something, I completely stopped doing sport. And I got fat. Like fat. Like I was over 120 kilos, which is, let me see, kilogram to lbs, 120 to over 264 pounds. That's fat. And I went and I stayed that way. Well, stayed is good. I gained weight. Then I took antidepressants because I couldn't take it anymore. And then I went off that weight and, well, obviously also above. And then I stopped with the antidepressants. I wanted to get back in shape because I was a fat pig. And my knees called me fat all the time. So I got the motivation to slim down again. And I did. I went down to about 67 kilos. So 167 pounds, around that. And I went crazy. And that's also why I started doing deadlifts and squats with weights at home. Never had anyone show me how to do it. Just YouTube videos. And I already had back pain and boom, back injury. It was so bad I almost got in a wheelchair. I remember very precisely one night the pain was so bad and I lost a feeling in one of my legs. So after half an hour or something like that, I said, okay, it's so bad, let's go to the hospital. So I went to the hospital and I was kind of dragging my leg behind me, Well, not really. I was like because I couldn't really feel my leg. It was like when your arm falls asleep, but it was my leg, and that for a long time, the next hospital is about 10 minutes by foot. So I walked there with that leg. And when I was basically there, I was like, okay, I feel better. So I don't need to go to the hospital. I don't. And I just did a wider walk because my leg was not asleep anymore. And the pain got better. So I was like, yeah, whatever. Stupidest. It's so stupid. That thing basically never healed. Never. It got way better, but it took almost a year to get better. To a point where I actually was able to do stuff half decently properly. I mean, I did do things while it was bad. But that was, I jogged once and it was a huge mistake. That completely fucked me up. But cycling was good and I did that a lot. I did bike tours that took 2, 3, 4 hours and it was good. Now getting on my and off my bicycle was really painful, like really painful. When I moved my leg over my bicycle to mount it, I always flinched because of the pain. It was a really hefty pain spike. It was horrible. Yeah, and then I discovered Scooby 1961, and that changed everything. Oh my god, that guy, he changed my workout life. I started doing a 5-day split workout for strength training and stuff like that, and the result you can see there. I think that looks great. Now, will I ever go back to that? No, it's impossible for me to do that. Well, actually it is possible for me to do that, but not without massive pain. You know, I would get inflammations in my shoulders again, and most likely, well, my back pain should get better. Also, my neck should get better with that. But my shoulders would completely destroy me, like permanently, all the time. And don't get me wrong, I don't mind investing the time and effort to get in a shape like that again. I completely don't mind that. I did that twice. I can do it a third time. That's not a problem. Even in my age, that's not a problem. But at this point, I'm better off just, you know, doing body weight exercise like push-ups, pull-ups, and squats at home. Going for jogs, cycling, hiking. That's more what benefits me in my situation than getting buff again. Because, very simply, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. I mean, it's awesome, but it's not worth it. And I also want to put my time rather in other things than that. Because getting that like that is intense. I did 1 hour, usually 1 hour workouts with warm-ups. Warm-ups are counted in that. But each workout an hour on 5 days, that are 5 hours. And then on top, endurance training. We are at, I don't know, 10 hours per week. Doesn't sound like a lot, but if you work full time, that's a lot. I only was able to do all that because I was basically not doing anything else. That's the thing. I was basically not doing anything else. But when it comes, let's talk about, you know, my great heights, what awesome feats that I come up with when I was training. I ran a half marathon. I actually first trained for actual marathon. That was my goal, being able to run a marathon and do that. Well, turns out my left knee doesn't like that. I found that out when I was actually. Let's turn off the music. When I was 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 uh, jogging the longest I ever was jogging, which was, don't let me lie, 2 hours and about 45 minutes, which was great. I mean, endurance wise, I think I would, without a doubt, have made it to running a marathon. Endurance wise, not a problem. You can train that easy. But when your joints say, yeah, no, then you listen to your joints. Um, Aside of that, the only other things there would be is strength training. So on my leg press, I love the leg press, by the way. I had 200, I think 217 kilograms. It was a machine with cage and weights. So I don't really remember the the weight. I know it was over 200. That's absolutely for sure. But I don't remember how much over 100. But it should have been at least 270 kilograms. So 478 pounds minimum. And it was great. It was great. I had great legs. I had great ass. It was really good. I loved it. On my chest, I did. What did I? I did flies and chest press with dumbbells with 35 kilograms per dumbbell. So 77 pounds on each dumbbell. I think that's quite good. On let whatever, I was at 135 kilograms. I think that's now seeing the lbs, the pounds, yeah, that's I think that's quite a lot. It's quite a lot. Jesus Christ. For my biceps curls, I did, how much did I? 15 kilograms, 33 pounds. Yeah, that's yeah, it matches. Yeah, I think that's those are good numbers, good numbers. And then I got into job education and I lost everything because I didn't have the time anymore. And on top of that, you know, injury and stuff like that. Yeah, that's life. That's life. But yeah, great shape. I mean, look at these arms. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, those arms. Oh my God. I want to train like that again. I want to, but you know, life. Life. But also then I will do sport later. I got me actually something. I think 2 years ago, I think I got me. Oh, I got me one of those. They're for exercises like these, and they are great. They are. I actually trained with one of those when I was a teenager, and also when I yeah also when I was in that shape. I think I'm not 100% sure because it's so long ago. I forgot, and it also broke after a while because I was also all right. I trained my core with weights, which was incredible. I remember when I was a teenager and stuff like that. No, not a teenager. When I was 19, 20, I trained my core also each day, well, each weekday, not on a weekend. So 5 days a week for an hour with weights. Jesus. Like the muscles were crazy. They were crazy strong. But I never had a six pack because I never could get the body fat percentage that low. A four pack, yes, but never a six pack. And those are, by the way, 5 times 25 kilograms, it says. And yeah, I mostly use one of the strings because two is too much, which turns out is actually not the case. Last time I trained with two my for my back, and it worked out fine. It was genius though because 50 kilos. But yeah, it works. I can recommend stuff like that. But don't start out with 25 kilograms. That's too much. If you are completely untrained, you won't be able to use them at all. And for the chest, just the push-ups. Push-ups are a great exercise. That actually trains your entire body because you have to, hold balance and stuff like that. It's awesome. And that's it. Yeah, awesome times. Sport is awesome. Now we have a saying in German, sport is murder, which means sport is murder. If you do it wrong, yes, yes, and I know how to do it wrong, so don't do it like I did. Don't overtrain. Don't ruin your joints. When you have pain in your joints, stop. Just stop. Because if you ruin your joints, they're ruined. You will never have the joints being, coming back being better. That's not possible. If your joints are done, your joints are done. Your muscles, of course, yeah, that's not a problem. They're meant to build up if they need it. I mean, look at my photos, of course. But yeah, it's so much for that. And that's it for the stream, actually, because I have nothing else to do. Nothing else to do, nothing else to say. If you like the stream, give it a like, subscribe, follow, comment, whatever you like.